Yeah, Zinger dog.
And this feels fantastic. My biggest beef with this particular one, some things that had to be fixed under warranty. I have never seen those in Missouri.
Did you get a stick?
Cassidy's Adventures. Don't worry, we're not lost. Just enjoying the outdoors. An adventure to the cross. Camping by the lake, camping by the creek. It's Cassidy's Adventures. Just my old dog and me.
How is it going, everyone? Dustin here with Cassidy's Adventures. We are out in the Nissan today, just doing some exploring and some back roading. 96 degrees last time I looked at the truck there, as you guys seen. Too hot for me to be trying to camp tonight. Plus, the wife has been gone for a few days and she's supposed to get home tonight, so I'd like to be home when she gets home. So, just thought we'd come out in the Nissan today and run around. Got nice cold air conditioning and full drive, and just thought I'd come out and explore a little bit. And I thought, yeah, while I'm at it, we've had this Nissan. Next month will be 2 years. We've got just over 40,000 miles on it. I thought I'd do a 2023 Nissan Pro-4X review. Might as well. Just a honest review.
There's a Zinger dog. There's a Zinger dog. Where's that puppy?
We are at a pretty nice creek area here. Zinger's haven't had her a drink, so we don't know what it feels like yet, or at least I don't. Hey, that's pretty nice water. That'll be. I got my water shoes, might as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels fantastic. You doing, Zinger? You can do it. You can do it. There you go. Good girl. Man, this must be spring fed or something. This feels fantastic. Zinger's no dummy. She'll go where it's shallower. She don't like swimming. Man, this feels good. Don't it, Zinger? Don't it? Oh, I guess the first question, or the first thing I'll talk about on the Nissan, perhaps, is comfort. Might as well. We've had some Rams and Tacomas, a couple of Jeeps over the years. We've got a few things to compare it to on comfort. Overall, the thing's pretty comfortable to me. Whenever I drive, my chest just starts hurting on the side over here for some reason. I don't know what the heck it is. It doesn't matter what I drive, but after 6 or 8 hours in the driver's seat, my chest just starts hurting real bad. It's the same in that as it is any other thing. So, but overall, it's not terribly road noisy. Wind noise and that kind of thing. It's not too bad. It's a lot quieter than Zinger is right now. Seats are comfortable. We don't have the leather package. It's just a cloth package on the Pro-4X. It does have heated seats. Those work well. Air conditioning, it's ice cold. Come here. Come on. Come on. No? Okay. Don't know about the back seats. I haven't rode back there. Honestly, couldn't tell you how the back seats are. Ride's okay. The rear's a little bit stiff, it seems like sometimes, but that's okay whenever you load it down with stuff. It does okay. Drives very well as far as I'm concerned. The steering's good and tight. It is still a hydraulic power steering. It's not electric, so it still has the real truck steering feel to me. I really like the way that feels. It's not too bad. Rides good, drives good, seats are comfortable. Air conditioning works excellent. Heated seats work good. It's not too bad. Most people would probably air down and stuff like this, and it would definitely help the ride quite a bit. But otherwise, the truck rides pretty good through this kind of stuff. I don't really know where I'm going. Come through here one time on motorcycle, or well, dual sports. Golly, let's see, 8 years ago maybe? I'm not sure. Come through here somewhere. And took these fire roads, or whatever you want to call them. And I was surprised at where we came out. So I'm trying to do it again, just based off memory. I know there's going to be some turns and stuff that's not going to be right, but hey, you gotta get out here and do it, right? Hoping I don't have to try to turn around on this trail. That'll lead me up to my next subject of the Frontier. It's turning radius. Not so much. I feel like a truck of this size, or any vehicle of this size, really should turn sharper than it does. You know, coming from a two-door Jeep, you can't really turn much sharper than those things, but this thing don't turn as sharp as a four-door Jeep. I don't even think it turns as sharp as a Tacoma's. Don't know for sure. But yeah, Nissan, you could work on your turning radius. I think the next thing I will talk about is the transmission. Nissan's a 9-speed automatic. Overall, I like it. It does shift a lot, but it seems like any of these transmissions, these new 8, 9, and 10 speed transmissions, seem like they shift a lot. My biggest beef with this particular one in this truck is no more than you're moving, it shifts itself to second. Granted, the first gear is somewhat low, but you're barely moving, it shifts to second, and there has been numerous times that the transmission won't downshift out of second to first until you have basically come to a complete stop, even when you're giving it gas in the middle of a somewhat steeper hill. I know that's what manual mode's for, you can shift it down to first, and that's what I'm doing right now. I've just got it in first, but it seems like with today's technology that the transmission and trucks should be smart enough to know that it doesn't need to be in second when you're at a standstill in a hill. I'm liking this trail so far. Pretty nice trail for a bone stock rig. Isn't it, Zinger? We're just bouncing along. Yeah, we are. Don't watch Zinger, watch the ruts in the trail. Can't hardly tell it on the camera, but that is a pretty view over there. I guess next let's talk about towing capacity of the Frontier and how it does towing what I have towed with it. You guys that have watched my YouTube know that I pulled our little camper to Wyoming and Colorado and back to Missouri. Before that, the heaviest load I have hauled, I'll see if I can find a picture to put it up here somewhere. The heaviest load I hauled was my old Subaru when I first bought it. I didn't like a couple of things, so I didn't want to try to drive it home, so I borrowed my father-in-law's trailer and loaded the Subaru on it. I don't know how much a Subaru weighs, but I do know that the trailer itself was pretty darn heavy, and the car towed it the Nissan towed it pretty well. Had to go up some hills and down some curvy roads and stuff. The old trailer didn't have trailer brakes, so I didn't push the Nissan real hard, but it pulled that load quite well. And our camper weighs about 2,000 pounds probably loaded, and it pulled it to Colorado, from southeast Missouri to Colorado, or to Wyoming, we just drove up to Montana, and then went back down to southern Wyoming to Colorado and then back home. And overall, according to the gauge, I know the electronics aren't always accurate, but overall I got 17 miles to the gallon pulling the camper on that trip. I didn't think that was too bad. Had adequate power to pull the roughly 2,000 pounds. You can definitely feel it up in the elevation. You can feel the truck get weaker for the thinner air it was having to try to breathe. But so do I, so I'm not complaining about that. It's no V8, that's for sure, but not too bad on towing. Please stay up there, please stay up there, please stay up there. Yay, Zinger, we're clear of that. I will also say that I do like these camera options that they have. Forward facing camera and the side camera. It's got a camera in that mirror over there, and I think it's got one in this mirror over here to give it this overhead look. This I don't really care so much for this one. I haven't seen it come in too awful handy. When you're backing up to a trailer, this part's kind of handy, but that automatically comes on in reverse. With this forward facing camera, just, I can tell that I'm going to miss all this stuff, but if it was a little bit tighter and you're easing up on it, you can kind of see that you're not going to hit anything, and turn it to that view there so you can see your tire's going to miss. I think this yellow line's kind of in line with your mirror, so that's a pretty neat option. yet another gripe to do with that same camera setup is no more than you get moving, that kicks off like a mile an hour or some stupid thing like that. The camera kicks off. It's not that important, but I feel like you should be able to just have it on if you want it on. Kind of like the auto start. I think these auto stop start on all of these vehicles, if it's got to be on there, make it the option to turn it on if you want it to work. Not make it where you have to turn it off every time you start the truck. I think it's irritating. And we didn't know at first when we got this truck that it had that. I looked at a couple that didn't have that, and this is the one that we chose to test drive and buy, and didn't realize that it had that until after we were headed home. Boo. That's just a small gripe though. The cameras, they aren't even necessary, but they are handy. I need to remember this trail for this winter when the weather cools off. I can bring the black truck up here and drive it. I have to remember a chainsaw though, because I don't think it'll clear some of them trees I had to go under in this truck. Be a fun one in the old black truck though. I suppose, back on the subject of fuel mileage, I didn't talk about unloaded fuel mileage, just driving back and forth. This is really my wife's daily driver, and I just drive it on occasions like this, or whenever we're doing vacations and stuff. Unloaded, just driving back and forth to work, things like that, it gets roughly 18, 19 miles to the gallon. And like on the highway and stuff, whenever we're doing trips, it'll get 22 miles to the gallon, roughly, depending on how lead-footed you are and what speed you're running. Obviously, you know, if you push it up past 75, like going out west, obviously the gas mileage is going down, but running 65, 70, it'll get 22 miles to the gallon roughly. Which isn't terrible, I don't think anyway. Another thing I'll talk about is the squeaks. I don't know if you guys can hear any of that in the camera, but right now it sounds like maybe a guard or a heat shield or something is loose and squeaking somewhere. Haven't dug into it. But also, I don't know if any of you guys watched it was either when I was pulling the camper with this, my little homemade camper, or when I was just out exploring in this, the suspension. As far as I know, none of the bushings and things like that are reusable on the thing without having to pull it completely apart. And boy, does it get to squeaking after it's been in the dry, dusty conditions for a little bit. And I mean squeaking bad. I don't think my old black Dodge makes as much noise as this thing does after it's been out in dry conditions for a little while. I don't mean off-road, I just mean driving it. It's crazy. I don't know what the deal is, but what type of bushings they used or what, but boy do they get squeaky. I suppose, since I'm staring at this long hill in front of me, cameras never do anything justice. That's a pretty steep, pretty long hill with some loose gravel and stuff. I suppose I will talk about its off-road capability. What little I've done with it anyway is mostly just stuff kind of like this. Anybody that has gone back and watched my videos and seen the wife and I's Colorado vacation where we took it on a couple of the passes and Yankee Boy Basin Road. I did have to use four-wheel drive a few times. I locked the rear locker. I don't know if it was necessary or not. I just did in a couple of situations. It does okay, I guess, for a stock rig. It's not going to be as capable as your Jeeps and Rubicons and things like that, because it doesn't have the flex in the front from the solid axle. And I am bouncing and a-bouncing. Oh shoot, that's funny. Well, I said it was loose grapple. Speaking of diff lock, I'll go ahead and lock that. Maybe it'll help a little bit with this situation. It doesn't have a front diff lock, which I wish it did, but supposedly it's harder on CV axle front ends if you have a diff lock. And the tires that it come with, they're okay. They're just an all-terrain tire of some sort. I can't even remember what brand they are. I'll talk about those in another segment on tire life here in just a little bit. But it's treated us well. We have definitely bottomed it out over in Colorado and Wyoming a few times. My wife bottomed it out one time when she was out playing around with it. She actually dented the front skid plate, which it's actually a thicker type of aluminum. It's not just a paper thin thing, which is kind of nice. But it's treated us okay so far. If this was my daily driver, I would probably yank the front sway bar off so we could get a little more flex in the front, just for the heck of it, because I wouldn't be worried about body roll and all that kind of stuff going around the corners. Just wouldn't bother me. But the locker works excellent, works fast. The four-wheel drive works fast. It's got, well, let me flip you around here. It's got this off-road screen in the middle. I don't know, give you a whole lot. It tells you that differential is locked, and it tells you that the transfer case is locked. It tells you what degree you're leaning or going up or down. It kicks off the ABS and traction and all kinds of stuff when you put it in 4-low. That's what all those lights are about. And it automatically turns on the front camera screens whenever you put it in 4-low. That's kind of nice. Like I said, I don't think you're not going to get the flex and all that stuff out of it as you... Boy, there's a big old horsefly in here with us. I'm in Zinger's window. But you're not going to get the flex and stuff out of it like you're going to get out of a Rubicon with the sway bar disconnected and all that. It's just reality. It's not going to happen. I'm going to hurt you guys' Nissan's feelings. I don't care. I drive one too. But yeah, it's treated us well so far. Lift kit and wheels and tires and all that stuff would be nice, but it's just not in the budget right now. Maybe one of these days if we don't get rid of it. Don't get me wrong though, it'll definitely get you some places, especially with a few modifications, you know, a little lift and a little better suspension. I've seen a few videos, especially of the older Nissans. There's another YouTube fella that I watch called Soft Roading the West, O'Donnell. He's put his Nissan in a lot of places and taken it a lot of places, and it has treated him well so far. He's just got a small, well, he's got a little better lift kit now, but he did have a small, I think 2 or 2.5 inch lift with 33-inch tires. And it does pretty good. Well, yeah, I was hoping maybe I could get to the river down this trail. I picked the shorter one of the 2 options on Gaia, and started getting a little bit overgrown. Now, back when I had my one of my Toyotas that I compare this truck to, would have just plowed right through those bushes. Because when I had it, I plowed through way worse than when I just got through looking at it in this. But I chose not to do it this time. It's getting a little later. Like I said, my wife is due home tonight, so I'd like to be home when she gets home. So we are going to head back out and go down another road. See where it takes us. What you think, Zinger dog? What you think, girl? Well, I bet these would be some gorgeous views over here in the winter time when the leaves are all on the trees. Maybe if I can ever remember this spot again. Over here in the winter in the old black truck, perhaps. See if we can't find some views. Man, I can definitely see why people air down when they're going down roads like this. Boy, wish I had a way to air back up. I'd air down. One pro that this suspension has on this, and well, I guess pretty much all of them but the Jeep, is you know, the independent suspension that does drive a little better than a Jeep. And don't get me wrong, I do like a Jeep. We've had 3 JKs and JL, and then my parents had a JK, and they actually just recently got a Gladiator Rubicon, and I got the pleasure of driving it for 2 or 3 hours, I'd say, a couple of days ago. And all I can say is it's a Jeep, and they wander a little bit, but they don't drive that bad to me. But the Nissans and the Toyotas and all that with the independent suspension and stuff in the front, they hit the road straight and true. It's a steep little hill. They do drive good, but like I said, I like a Jeep, and I don't mind the way they drive myself. Bouncy, bouncy, Zinger. Bouncy, bouncy. This is literally the first time I've ever attempted to use this downhill assist, because it's the first time I remembered it had it. This is a pretty steep hill, and it's holding us back pretty good. There have been some things that had to be fixed under warranty, though. I guess I can go ahead and talk about those here in a minute. Nothing major, thankfully. No motor or transmission problems. Knock on wood, wherever some might be. I haven't had any major problems, thankfully. I really need to come back over here sometime when I have more time. There's trail upon trail upon trail over here. All kinds of stuff on Gaia. I haven't looked at On X over here yet to see if they show anything more. What do you think, Zinger? What's I pulling over there? Been a few horseflies get in here. She don't like the horseflies. I don't blame her. Holy smokes, everyone! I have never seen those in Missouri. I know they exist here, and I've seen pictures of them here, but that is my first time seeing them here. And now I didn't get the record button hit soon enough, but by gosh, I did get a picture. I'll put the picture up right here, try to zoom in. You should be able to see what it is. Man, look at that, y'all. There were actually 3 of them. That one stopped and climbed the tree, and I was able to get the picture. The other 2 ran off. I seen the black things running off the road. I'm like, what in the world is that? I thought it was pigs at first, because they were kind of in the bushes, and then I stopped and seen the thing climb the tree. Oh man, so amazing. Can't believe that. Oh, that made the trip right there, everyone. I am so glad I came out. Yes, it's awesome. I'm wondering if these are the wild horses. I know there's some over here somewhere. I wonder if that's them. They're pretty. Try to zoom in. There's lots of weeds between here and there. There's no fences or anything over here. I'm close to a conservation area. I bet them are wild horses. Neat. This is turning out to be a good little trip that I've done here. I love it. Zinger dog wasn't a fan of the bears a while ago. She was a growling. Isn't that right, Zinger? Yay, Zinger! You get out. Horseflies already. Boy, there's a bunch of horseflies. Go spore. Good spot for you to spore some.
You get a stick. Chuggy stick. Good girl. Bring it here. No? I'll bring it here. Bring it here. I throw it. No, I just want to chew on it.
She's silly. Alright, back to the Nissan, I guess. We'll talk about the few things that I had to have fixed under warranty. We'll start back here first, I guess. Had to have the backup camera and the latch mechanism replaced in the tailgate. This just turned all purple and striped and nasty looking on the screen inside. They had to fix that. And then the tailgate latch, it might have been the lock mechanism actually, would not unlock with the button. Like you could hit it and you could turn the key and it just would not unlock. But they fixed that under warranty with no questions asked, thankfully. And then second, we will talk about the door seals. As you can see, they didn't really fix this. Supposedly, I took it in for wind noise and dust leakage. As you can tell, we still have dust leakage. The wind noise is not quite as bad. They had to do both sides. They put new door seals on, supposedly. But as you can see, all the dust and stuff in here, where the dust just sucks in, you can see it going in right through here. There's dust on that. And then the dust coming in up here. You can see how nasty the back door panels are. And where the dust comes in here. Never did understand these gaps that they have on these. The front and back doors have those. Don't understand that. Now, I'm not gonna... We do leave the front windows down a lot when we're driving. But not this much. And another thing that we had to have replaced was, for some reason, on this front doorknob, or door, let's see. Now, when you lock it, you know, you do this and it unlocks. Well, it didn't work. I don't know, let's see. Well, okay. Lock. Pull that, unlocks. Lock. Pull that, it unlocks. Now, for some reason, that quit working. No idea, but they did fix it under warranty. And for some reason, they sent a paper with this explaining to us how to use a door lock. Like, it's supposed to unlock when you do that. It's not like we're doing anything wrong. There's that front door seal. I don't know why they leave that gap. I don't know why at all. And you can see this isn't the best seal up here either. Got, you know, quite a bit of dust coming in. Yeah, it's got the seal that goes all the way around here. But this gap just happens to have dust coming in right there. Don't know. That's all we've had. The only problems we've had with the truck is that right there. Like I said, that back door seal is still leaking somewhat as far as dust and just a little bit of air noise. Like I said, that's not near as bad as it was. But that's everything else is still working. There's the tires they come with. Hand-cooked Dyna Pro ATs. And these tires are at 40,100 and something miles. I'd say they're half tread or less. We're getting close to needing tires. But they do okay. For just a stock tire. You can see we have folded our license plate. And then that gouge and dent right there is from my wife. It's got, like I said, it's actually a decent thickness of aluminum there. But she dented and scuffed that, and then I have definitely banged the bottom of it up some myself. Alright everyone, I don't really know, I'm not much on doing vehicle reviews, but I just thought I would try it. I think I touched on most subjects that people would like to talk about, and I'm just a honest old boy telling you my thoughts on the thing. Like I said, 2 years, 40,100 and something miles now. Not quite 2 years. Next month will be 2 years. Might as well say 2 years. We've went quite a few places with the old thing, and it's treated us well. Yeah. Is it Zinger approved? I think it's Zinger approved. It's got air conditioning. It's Zinger approved.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys like this little video. A little bit of off-road action with the truck going through the woods and trail riding over here. Pretty fun. Seeing that wildlife was awesome. I can't believe I seen the bear. That was just absolutely fantastic. And the wild horses, we have seen those before. Not far from here, but it's always nice to see those too. Overall, it was just an enjoyable trip. I almost didn't go out and do anything today because of the heat. I am so glad I did. It is still hot. I am sweating right now, but I am so glad I did. Just seeing those bears that made it worth it. As I said, I hope you guys like this little video. My 2-year, 40,000 mile honest old boy review of the Nissan Frontier Pro-4X 2023 model. Like, subscribe, camping, adventure videos like this, just trail riding. That's what I do. Like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much to my members and all of you guys that have subscribed and people that have commented on all my stuff before. You guys are what's helping make it possible for me to keep out here doing this and want me to keep pushing. And I'm loving every minute of it. Thank you guys so much. Come back on the next adventure to the cross. Bye, and God bless.